about time we get it straight. Give me a minute if it ain't too late. 대충 무리였나 봐, babe. 애만 기쁨만 해친 채 버티기가 이만큼 힘든데. Stay with me till the end of the day. Maybe
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And today we are going over to Japan and checking out the first take. Now, V is on there from V of BTS. Now, I reacted to V on his solo performance called Blue. Amazing. I don't know, it just dawned on me that it was from BTS. Now, I've only reacted to 3 BTS's songs. I know, right? I'm so sorry. So this track, I'm reading from the in the description page. It says episode 360 welcomes V of BTS for the first time on First Take. Yay! Layover marks V's first official solo album, so Layover. And ADOR, president and executive producer Hee Jin Min oversaw the entire production process for this artist. So on the first take, V stages the piano version of the album focus track Slow Dancing. Slow Dancing is a pop R&B song based upon the 1970s romantic soul sound, and the piano version offers a different character from the original. So there you go. Now, I thought he's going to put the lyrical contents there, but he's singing in English. So there's no need for me to put any subtitles up there, is there? No. Now, look, if you haven't done already, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button to indicate to you when my next uploads will be. And don't forget, if you are going to subscribe to me, send me a comment, send me a recommendation of your favorite artist for me to check out, and I will check it out. And I also will reply back to your comments as well. And if you look in the description, after I react, of course, but if you look into the comments field, you will see that I always react or reply to every person that sends me a comment. I know, where do I find the time? But I do it anyway. So look, let's go straight into my next reaction of today, shall we? So without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? Apologies for being late for reacting to this song as well. Ooh, a different microphone. I've always noticed the microphone. 2 things I've noticed, the microphone and the headphones. Is it the same headphones? Yes, it is. It's those Sony classic ones.
よろしくお願いします。行こうか。
行こうか. So he's controlling his own sounds. Brilliant. But this is the piano version, so isn't there no live piano going to be playing?
It's about time we get it straight. Give me a minute if it ain't too late.
His vocals, man. It don't seem... Don't say don't see.
Stay with me till the end of the day. Maybe we could be.
Sorry, I didn't want to pause, but I have to. 1 minute. What I want to say is this. His vocals don't match him. If you saw him walking down the street, oh, good looking guy, yeah. And then he opens his mouth to sing, you will say, what? What? Come on. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. In the early 80s, 90s, if this particular artist, V, was a solo artist over in the Western world, yeah, he will blow up big. Why? Because they would put him in the era of sounding like a black person. You know, under the scopes of Rick Ashley. Never want to give you up, never want to say goodbye. He was promoted on the being of he sounded black. He has got this vocals and the swing, the swagger within his texture of his vocals, and the mid-tone to bass vocals that he does have. In the 80s, 90s, they would have said, wow, he sounds like a black person. But now we've grown into this amazing bowl of urbanness. And that's what it is, the urban culture, right? Everybody's adapting to everybody else's skills. So in the Western world, the urban culture, you have a Hindu person living next to a Pakistani that's living next to a Rastafarian that's living next to a Jewish person that's living next to an Asian person that's living next to a Greek person that's living next to a Kurd person that's living next to a Jamaican person, because that's how urban works in especially in London, in the cities, and they embrace everybody else's culture. So when it comes to the R&B, when it comes to the Afrobeat, you see it in urban culture, especially around the world, everybody knows how to do the Afrobeat dance now. Because the urban culture is raising that flag of this unisons. If you want to see unisons, united front, then you have to look into the urban culture. Urban culture is certainly showing that there is no race between the urbanness. And that's what he reminds me. So urban. I'm going to go back just a little bit. I shouldn't have paused. Apologies for that. But what I had to say, there was no way that I would be able to say it over from his amazing performance. No way. So I'm going to go back to about say here.
Maybe we could be so dancing until the moment. We could be romancing
You hear it?
the night away. Turn me up and back off like this. What do you want? Do you not like it?
I swear if you close your eyes.
Kiss me, girl. Now you made me leave my heart.
We've come a long way from urbanness, man.
날 딛고
So proud.
올라가. 달새로 누군가 닮았던 우리가 먼 이웃 같은 날 해.
So there is a fusion. I like it.
Slow dancing until the morning.
Very slow. Get your girlfriend and
Could be
this can easily be a first dance on
romancing.
first dance for marriage. Don't really do the first dance. Love that groove, man. Very soulful. But once again, you would never expect it coming, his vocals coming out from his mouth. I'd love to see him do a jazz one. I mean, this is semi-jazz soul, but a real jazz. I think he can handle it. If he has already done a jazz song, then please, by all means, send me the link and I will check it out. But if he hasn't, I think it's high time that you should try that out, mate. Seriously. I mean, to be fair, this is really jazz, soul jazz. But the way how we sing it is an R&B melody format, rather than using the jazz notes, the major nines, mid eights, major nines, major sevens, minor sevens. That fashion with ripped up clothes, I don't know, mate. I don't think I can go in the shop to buy a new jumper that's ripped up for a hell of a lot of money. I can do that myself. Mate, you've got a look that 1,000 girls would cry for.
ありがとうございます
Seriously. Love his fashion sense though, but not the jumper. So that was V with Slow Dance, first performance on the first take. I like it. I should go in and watch more BTS. I don't even know what's going on with BTS. I remember when I first reacted to BTS, one of the artists or two of the artists had to go into military service, and then they shrunk down a little bit, and that's the last time that I believe that I've reacted to them. But like I said, yeah, I've only reacted to, I think, about 3 BTS songs, and that was back in last year, or I believe, or the year before that. And then I have reacted to Lay on his own performances. I think individually I have reacted to at least one of their tracks individually. I have to go back and check that out. Please, by all means, go into my Asian catalogue, my Japanese catalogue, and find out for yourselves. I've said this before, and I don't want to repeat again, but I feel that I have to. His vocals does not suit him. Yeah? And then when I mean like does not suit him, like he doesn't, you know, what I'm talking about is you look at him, and when he speaks, you're not expecting him to have a deep voice. When he sings, you're not expecting him to be that kind of soulful, urban voice. He looks like that he's come from a rich background, you know, gone into some serious high private school thing. You know, he just looks like there's no dirt should be on him. So when I'm hearing him sing with that vocals, and he's humble with his vocals. You know, he's not going and giving his he's just giving us his voice and his character. You know, sometimes when artists have this particular voice, they want to put on this kind of sexy look, or this sexy kind of stare, or this, you know, this ooze of this kind of sexuality. He's oozing out humbleness, kindness, like, hi, you know, my name's V. Not, hey baby, my name's V. You know, I don't see him doing that. Humble with every footsteps. You know, like, hey, look, I'm just a simple person. And I love that persona, what he's carrying out. Because once he does that persona, his vocals has more substance. His vocals has more weight to it. His vocals will stand out more, like you see right now. Then he's got that look stare, like, oh, I can see every girl melting when he is looking at them. You know, that one-to-one. He will melt them. I'm sure loads of girls will cry if he has a girlfriend. I'm not too sure. I don't know the background. But I can tell he's one of those people that if he takes a left, there'll be a flock of people taking it left. You know, if he wears that jumper, there'll be a whole flock of people wearing that jumper. You know, he is a influencer, I believe. And I'm only going by his performance and how much that I was drawn to him. I'm not saying that, you know, that jumper will not buy, but I'll certainly buy the trousers, even though it had one massive hole down the side. Until next time, I salute you. Boom.
이웃 같은 날 해